Mr. Loon's testimony just doesn't quite add up. The young Bohemian boy claims to have seen another fourth balloon, but Mr. Loon vehemently denies the possibility. And it's hard to imagine the man in charge could be mistaken about the number that went in the air. Still, this inconsistency must tell us something, I'm sure. Wait, this is dumb, but does he say that there's 3 balloons because that's all he can see because he is in one of them? He saw 1, 2, 3. That's so dumb, but I feel like that's gonna be the case. Uh-huh. 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 Okay, this is weird, but I feel like this is the part where we present the photo we just got, because you can see that there's no stripes on it.
Mm-hmm. Objection!
That was not it.
No, you... The first white newspaper.
No, it's gotta be something with the photo we just got, because if it were something that we had before, then we could have missed getting the photograph, and the game wouldn't have allowed us to do that. So it needs to be something with...
We need to prove that the boy was telling the truth.
No, it needs to be something with this photo. I mean, obviously, there's the big fucking bolt of light. So I don't actually think that the balloons might not be where to go from this. Shit, I don't know. Every balloon I had in the sky landed safely. Could it be this? And it'd be like, look, there's a photo of something going towards the balloon. Do you think it just stopped and fucking didn't explode? I mean, that's stupid, but I got nothing else. Yeah, that was it.
Maybe we should on the newspaper where we clearly see 4 balloons.
No, like I just said, Kristen, we have to have had something with the picture, otherwise the game would have been able to skip getting the picture, and you can't have that. The only other thing I can think of is if now that we have the picture, we can press on something else, but nothing that we pressed before.
Can't we expect it?
Fair enough. No, we cannot. Never mind. Oh, look at the magnifying thing. We can look at the pictures of the crowd, see if we can find the killer or his picture in there somewhere. Oh man, I forgot that this fucking grainy as shit. Okay, how about the description? Because sometimes I get thrown off by that. Right, it shows another balloon that he claims was green and exploded moments after he took this shot. So... I just don't know how to connect this. We for sure pressed this statement, right?
Hold it!
I'm not asking you. I mean, this is different, but this is because we have the photo now. Okay, so that's what the balloons look like. Oh, okay, so we were supposed to press it again. Okay, who is this mongrel with no respect for the boundaries? Never mind. Ugh! Okay. Okay, I really feel like it was that last statement, but we already tried that. Unfortunately, we can't see the stripe if there was one. What is this lady doing in the back here?
No, there's another one in the far corner too.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what's actually like going on in this picture, but like the detail is just not there. Well, it's empty. Hold on. Yeah, the balloon is empty. Okay, there we go. All three of my balloons were carrying passengers. There we go. So now that's where we... Okay, alright. Objection! That took a little bit of work. Unfortunately, the photograph Master Gotts took can't tell us the color of the balloon. But it can tell us something else. Something crucially important. What? It shows that the pictured balloon wasn't carrying any passengers. Oh, my goodness, you're right. But surely all the balloons would have been carrying passengers. There would be no sense in it otherwise. See? They are for pleasure. My rubbers are made for pleasure. For seeing the view. The view from the top. My balloons only fly with passengers, signore. Which tells us that the pictured balloon isn't one of them. So when the incident occurred that day, there was a fourth balloon in the skies above the experimentation stage. The mysterious greenish-red balloon. I do nothing, niente. I can only tell you one thing. If this balloon was not carrying passengers, then it was not one of mine.
Objection!
Shut up. There are illegal tradesmen everywhere you care to look. Clearly, one such entrepreneur decided to capitalize on the opportunity presented by the Great Exhibition and managed to operate balloon flights on Mr. Loon's patch without him realizing it. See, the competition! Trying to steal from my profits! That is probably the stupidest way we could have proved that there was a fourth balloon, though, because it took a literal photograph when there's like this picture and this picture of the aftermath that we could have used as evidence, and I'm just like, okay, we had to prove that there was nobody in the balloon. I'm actually gonna say that that's kind of silly. I did not know it was because of the experimental that went wrong on the stage! This fourth balloon exploded at the very same moment Mr. Assman was beamed from the stage below. What? So them scraps that fell to the ground after and left them scorch marks, they didn't come from the stage at all. It was bits of the balloon raining down. Because no one was in it, it didn't get no attention. A mysterious fourth balloon carrying no passengers silently floating over the experiment.
Objection!
This photograph shows us nothing more. A stray balloon carrying no one and operated by some rogue trader. Well, it wasn't operated by them at all. It was operated by nobody. Clearly, it has nothing to do with the case. I lied. Like a liar. It's really going to elude me, I must say. The court has seen sufficient evidence and heard ample testimony already. The prosecution... Hello? Where are you going? Sit back down.
I'm going to get more drink.
More juice. More juice. The prosecution calls for this trial to be concluded. Really? Have we really got to the truth yet? No. I can't let this opportunity slip away. The jurors' minds are made up, and not in our favor. What else can this photograph tell us? Is there nothing more we can learn from it? Nothing more we can learn from it. Nah, there's nothing else.
Objection.
I object. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, wait. Please don't give your decisions yet. The photograph from Master Gotts may well be hiding one more vital clue. What's I will vital clue! Shut up! We're well past the point of mere possibilities. It is time for definitives now, so tell the court. What exactly does this alleged clue in the photograph prove? The balloon's owner, the balloon's color, the cause of the explosion! This is the easiest case, third case I've ever fucking done. We can reasonably assume that the pictured balloon was destroyed in the searing heat of the explosion. Yes, that's right, yeah, it was not my fault! Evidently, because the birdcage from the kinesis machine materialized in the sky where it had been flying. And the balloon, being filled with flammable hydrogen, instantly and explosively ignited. No, you shut up! That's not what happened. What? It would appear that this photograph requires closer examination. Counsel for the defense, you will highlight the location of this alleged clue in the photograph of the court.
Oh,
of course.
Telling us how to do everything? Is that what was tripping us up?
No, you'll see. If you look closely, it's plain enough to see, and what's shown is linked to another piece of evidence we have, in a way that leads to an unbelievable conclusion. The clue that heavily suggests the real reason the balloon exploded is, I wonder, what could be the cause of the explosion, Kristen? I don't know, maybe this fucking laser bolt. The timing of this photograph can only be described, Kristen, please. Popcorn and then carrots. The timing of this photograph can only be described as miraculous. If you look, you'll notice there's a bright white line that appears to point directly at the balloon. Most likely a ray of light caught incidentally on the film. I'm afraid I can see nothing of the sort. Are you stupid? If you look with a magnifying glass, my lord, it becomes clear what the nature of this bright line really is. What? Goodness, what is that? Undeniably some flashing line, yes. Oh golly, do you think it might be lightning? Coming from the ground? That's so stupid! We may be looking at fire! A bird of fire heading straight for the balloon. Like an arrow! Indeed, even to my age, you guys, it would appear to be a flame of some sort. This is so stupid. My word, are you suggesting this flame struck the hydrogen gas that fueled the balloon? Oh my god, you're so stupid. It is much easier to explain that a fucking man teleported 60 feet into the air and crash landed into a glass tower. That is logic! No flame could have possibly reached such a height. Unless, actually... Sorry, don't mean to burst your bubble, prosecutor. That a particular piece of evidence found at the scene reveals exactly how that happened. What evidence? I see no evidence. If such evidence exists, counsel, then, for goodness sake, present it, man. What evidence explains this mysterious streak of flame, which appears to be headed directly for the balloon? Oh shit, I misplaced it. Fuck, what, is it in my other pants? Right. Sorry, back pocket. This was found hidden at the foot of a small ornamental tree near the scene. Good lord, is that a crossbow? Did you bring a weapon into court during your escape? An arrow dipped in oil and set alight could have been a shot from this weapon, sending a flaming arrow straight into the hydrogen-filled balloon. Are you suggesting that crossbow was used to deliver? No, ridiculous. Teleportation is way more likely. Blimey, you're right. That streak of light in the photo looks just like an arrow, doesn't it? I mean, as close as we're gonna get with 1910s photography. Then the explosion of the balloon, it was very likely the result of a flaming arrow from this it's called a bolt. You fire bolts from crossbows, igniting the hydrogen gas inside of it. No! Oh! My heart, it breaks. Order! Counsel, this is an extraordinary supposition. If the aim was to cause the balloon to explode, the shooter could have used a gun, of course. However, there's an obvious reason why that would have been out of the question. The noise of the discharge, of course. Incorrect! By using a crossbow, the projectile could be fired at the balloon silently. That's... okay. Well, yeah, if someone shot a gun off the exhibition rounds, it would have caused a real panic. With these big explosions, there was a very big panic anyway, no? It's because you can't ignite hydrogen gas with a gun, you fucking morons. I don't like this. I should be pleased to have found a plausible new explanation for all this, but something feels wrong. Do you understand the implications of what you're saying, my nipple? Well, no, I do. No, look at this. Look at the fucking picture. You can tell that our defendant and where the bolt was fired are two completely separate locations. Our defendant is completely fine. Whatever. If a flaming arrow did indeed hit the balloon, then obviously it would have exploded. And if the birdcage appeared from the cloud of smoke that ensued... What? Wait a minute, what are you really saying here? I don't get it. Was the birdcage beamed up into the sky after all, or what? My goodness me! This case is silly. Dots. Ah, now I understand. That's what that sinking feeling is about. I think there's a good chance magic is involved in this case somehow. The birdcage was actually... That's what the wax statue is for. Which, I don't know. That the birdcage was actually concealed inside the balloon all along. What? Did I just hear that correctly, Counsel? I said what I said! There's no going back now. The horse has bolted. Let's assume, as I said, that the birdcage was hidden inside the green balloon from the start. On stage, when the experiment was started, the birdcage in the instantaneous kinesis machine disappeared in a cloud of smoke. Kristen. At that moment, the flaming arrow was fired from the ground, causing the green balloon to explode and drawing the attention of the spectators to the sky above their heads. From amid the smoke, the hidden birdcage then appeared to fall down and... Wait. The hidden birdcage... There's a comma there that's not supposed to be. The hidden birdcage then appeared to fall down and crash into the crystal tower. I think you'll all agree it's entirely plausible that what I've just described is the real truth behind the miraculous experiment carried out on that day. This... Good grief!
Objection!
Shut up. I'm not drunk enough for this. This is ludicrous. What you've described is no science experiment. It's child's play. A contemptible display of stage magic. Then maybe what we should be looking for is a magician. Isn't that right, juror number 3? Both Mr. Sholmes and Iris said that the experiment was a scientific impossibility, in which case, this is the only way to explain what happened that day. And in any case, the victim's body was found inside the birdcage in the crystal tower. If the instantaneous kinesis didn't take place, how do you explain that? Wax? If I may put in a word, as a man of magic myself, such apparent discrepancies can easily be explained by some simple deception. Juror number 3. All that would be needed is a doppelganger, someone who looked very similar to the victim, Mr. Assman. And having this other man appear on stage to front the show as a body double. Of course, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Mr. Aspen must have been inside the birdcage that was concealed inside the balloon right from the start.
Objection!
What? The balloon would have been filled with hydrogen peroxide. I mean, just hydrogen. Anything hidden inside it would have been scattered to the four winds and exploded. No one would have ever embarked on such a risky venture. Not necessarily. The explosive force of the balloon gas would have very much depended on the mixture ratio. Juror number 4. Flying balloons are rarely filled with pure hydrogen, but a mixture of other gases such as helium as well. Helium on its own doesn't explode, but by controlling the gas mixture ratio, the explosive particle force can be altered. The mixture ratio? My God, I am too stupid for this trial. Obviously, the victim's body would have suffered some burns. That would be unavoidable. But not to such an extent as to render this whole obscene charade impossible. Nuts. So you see, it's possible! So everything that happened can be explained logically and scientifically. The explosion that engulfed the stage at the start of the experiment was no accident. It was all part of an elaborate deception to make it appear that instantaneous kinesis had occurred. Well, goodness me. What does this mean, though? And if we accept this is what happened, it means that the Mr. Assman was never present on the public experimentation stage to begin with. In short, he couldn't have been killed by the defendant, who was on stage in full view the entire time. Don't worry, they're gonna turn this around somehow. This will be very hard for the prosecution to counter. Lord Van Zeeks can't credibly maintain that Professor Harebrained is a suspect now.